I'm going to give you a quick tour of Pro 100, and then you can download the trial version and try it out for yourself. When you open up the program, one of the first things you're going to do is set up the room properties, the length, width, and height. Once you've done that, you can always come back and change it later just by double clicking on the grid. It comes back up and you can resize the room. Every cabinet, every object in Pro 100, like a cabinet or an appliance, is made up of one or more elements. This is an element. Element is just another. It's just a part, an individual part. You can take these parts. You can double click them. Change the dimensions. Like in this case, I'll change the depth 3/4 of an inch, width 24. You can key in a specific size in the dimensions, or you can grab the part and resize it with your mouse. So if you were building a cabinet, you'd take one or more elements. We'll say that's going to be my back. Now I'm going to make a side panel. I'll put it on the left wall. Say I wanted to notch it out. I'm going to right click it, go to shape. I'm going to go to the bottom corner here, bottom left corner, and I'm going to insert points where I can bend the part. I did that for the bottom line. Now I'll do it on the left line. Now I'm going to change the this line section that's 15 3/4 to 4 inches. Same thing for the adjacent line section, 4 inches. Oops, undo. Resize it in the other direction, 4 inches. Now I'm going to turn that 90 degrees, so I'm going to change that from 180 to 90. So I've notched out the part. These are just straight lines. When you're shaping a part, you can also click, like I click this line section here, change it into an arc. Change the shape of the arc just by dragging. And I'm going to close out of here just so you can have a quick look, and then I'll make the part more practical. So now I'll go to my west wall elevation so we can look straight at it. So I shaped that part. Now I'm going to undo, whoops, redo, shape, and I'll change this just to a straight line instead of an arc. Close. Okay, whoops, zoom out. Now I'm going to move that to the bottom, move this to the left, bottom, move this to the, I'm going to go to my plan view, copy this, I'm going to move this part, right click, that clones it, and just move the parts into position. And I'll put a bottom in there, just drag it into place. I'm going to double click it and position, change it to 4 inches off the bottom so it's right above the toe kick notch. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click that. While that bottom is selected, I'm going to hold my shift key and click on the right panel, tell it to align the fronts. That makes it flush in the front. Then I'm going to drag the back of the bottom all the way to the back till it bumps into the back of the cabinet. Now let's take a look at it in 3D. Now I'm going to take this back, hold my shift, click on the left panel, tell it to align the tops. Then look at my north wall elevation. I'm going to click the back, drag it to the floor till it collides. Now it's the right size. Now these parts are not connected right now. They're just kind of floating in space. I'm going to hold my shift and draw a rectangle around it, and click on this button here, or I could do a Control G. Now I just made these parts one group, and what that allows me to do is now I can resize. It's a parametric group object. So basically you take parts, you combine them. That's how you make cabinets or whatever it is that you're trying to make, piece of furniture, whatever the case may be. The demo comes with a lot of different objects in the library: cabinets, appliances, furniture. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to delete this. North wall. I'm going to go to American frame. Oh, one last thing before we pull out of the library with the elements. You can texture these parts. Say you were making countertop. You can shape the countertop, then drag a texture onto it. Just drag and drop. It changes the texture. All the textures in the program are simply, if I go to details here, they're just JPEG files. So you can download them from the internet, scan them in from literature, take pictures with your digital camera, and that's how you can bring in new countertop, new wood species, new tile, new wallpaper, anything, any texture you want to use to cover a surface. So now to the library. Actually, I want a corner cabinet. Just drag that in there. Now these cabinets, they're just groups of elements like I showed you earlier. You can resize them either with your mouse or double click, go to dimensions, put in a specific size, and do it that way. I'm just going to undo. Upper cabinet. Okay. Now these cabinets, you can, if you want them to be a specific elevation off the floor, you can double click, go to position, say I want it 54 inches off the floor, put that in 54 inches from the bottom. So it'll adjust it. You can adjust it that way. If I want the other cabinet to be the same, what I'm going to do is I'll select the first cabinet's going to be the reference. Then the last cabinet's going to follow. So I might have that backwards. So let's try it. Hold my shift key, click on the other cabinet, align bottoms. Yeah, I had that backwards. So the last cabinet you click is going to be the one that doesn't move. We'll take a look at the appliances. Refrigerators. We've got quite a few different types of appliances for you to play with in the demo. These you can actually create your own appliances just by taking the creating an element and say you found a Samsung refrigerator on the internet, you'd put the texture on the front there, and you'd create the group object, save it to your library. Now you have a new model Samsung refrigerator or TV or whatever it is that you're trying to bring into the program for your project. So now I'm just going to take a look at this in 3D and texture the rest of the project. Coverings, floor. We'll put some tile on the floor. And some I can color the wall. I can put color on the wall, or I can put wallpaper. I guess I'll put some wallpaper. Just drag and drop. So that's just a quick look at Pro 100. I encourage you to dive into the demo, play with it, and then if you have any questions, give me a call at 574-968-8142 or send an email to sales@customcabinetsoftware.com. Thanks for watching.